My favorite was, you stole gratitude from Gary Vee. You don't know shit about happiness. I'm like, well, I'm older than Gary. I think it's been a decade of Propellifies in all different shapes and sizes, which is super exciting. And as my life has grown more active, I was like, do I want to fly and risk the bad weather back to New Jersey to come to Propellify? And then they said, well, you get to be with Craig Dubitsky, the founder of Happy. And I thought, well, my mission's to empower over 1 billion people to be happy. There's nobody better in the world I'd like to talk to. So welcome, my man.
Cheers. Thank you for having me. And thanks, Aaron, and everyone here at Propellify for inviting me. And my parents told me never show up empty. So I brought some instant coffee for everybody. Can I just pass it and you guys share and pass it around? Thank you so much.
I thought we were gonna like sprinkle it.
Dark coffee. Well, that would be that's $2,000. Is that good content? Should we just throw it? You guys just throw it? No, just take some and share. Yeah, please. No. Go ahead. I appreciate it. You can create content too. We're givers. Just go throw it out there and share.
Yeah, make your own video. That's what
right.
we're doing.
And by the way, you could drink it hot or cold. It's instant coffee, but you can drink it over just regular chilled water if you want for some iced coffee fun or some hot water. Anyway, sorry. Enough product stuff.
Yeah, we're good, man. So being happy is not easy. It's not easy for anyone to be happy, which is why I love time, because I tell people that I get kicked in the face still on average about 8 times a day. Anybody else get kicked in the face every day?
Look at this. Doesn't it look like I've been
exactly.
kicked,
I have
punched?
an excuse.
Yeah.
And so I have this minutes and moments strategy of understanding mindset, heart set, and hand set. And so when you founded a company and named it, a coffee company obviously, named it Happy, why did you choose that name when I guarantee your journey hasn't always been a happy one?
So I love names and naming. This is the technical part, not the emotional part of why it's called Happy. My name's Craig Dubitsky. I love my parents, but that's kind of a shit name. So I couldn't do much about that, but I could try to name other things. So coffee makes people happy, and we thought, wouldn't it be kind of cool if Happy made their coffee? It's just as simple as that. And we were lucky. We actually got to trademark the word happy, and now it's registered. It's an R with a circle, which is unbelievable. So we're really as happy as we are. Yeah, someone clap for that. We're as lucky as we are happy. So now I think we might have to
they go
trademark
hand in
that.
hand, because the mathematical equation of luck is what you pay attention to and what you give intention to, which includes what you do, say, think, feel, and believe. And so with a happy mindset, what you pay attention to and give intention to will equal the coincidences, the coinciding of the universe, the luck, the karma that everyone seeks. And I know you and I both share that perspective of being the luckiest guys in the world. So we're in a competition to see who's lucky. One of the things I became aware of as I shifted my own paradigm of happiness is that it attracted other happy people.
Oh, happy begets happy. There's no doubt.
And I've been able to attract amazing people like you into my life, business partners like Lee Steinberg, Warren Moon, unbelievable celebrities, athletes, entertainers, billionaires, Tillman Fertitta, just to name a few. You were able immediately to attract an amazing celebrity and person and soul.
My wife.
Your wife,
yes.
to marry you, but also into your business. Do you attribute it to your own energy and perspective that Robert Downey Jr. is a partner of yours in the business?
What a great question. I said earlier I'm the luckiest person you just met when we first met. And what happened with Robert was a mutual person put us together and just said, you guys need to talk. Yeah, please load up. Take a bunch.
Throw them.
Yeah, throw them out there. Yeah, they're not breakable. Yes, go. So a mutual friend connected us, which, by the way, is the secret for me for everything. Just say yes. And by the way, I didn't know I was going to meet Robert Downey Jr. Just someone said, I have somebody I really want you to meet. I understand you're interested in starting a coffee company. This person I know is really interested in starting a coffee company. I told them they can't do anything till you talk with them. I had no idea it was going to be Downey. Like, none. I didn't know if it was going to be a man, a woman. I didn't know. And the thing is, it didn't really matter. It turns out it was Downey. And we had this unbelievable conversation, which I don't think, not to speak for him, but I don't think either one of us had any clue it was going to go the way it did. And we had a 45-minute FaceTime, and it went for over 3 hours and 40 minutes. And next thing you know, we're singing like deep-cut Elvis Costello tracks to one another. And it was like this sort of holy shit moment. And it's not stopped since. He's awesome. A great partner.
And he is a great guy, and I'm blessed to have spent some time with him. But you have all the credibility in the world when it comes to business, and you've paid the dummy tax. You've had great successes that the pain of great successes have led you to even greater successes. But you understand the emotional side of business. And one of the terms that I heard you utilize in another interview was emotional innovation, which I thought was interesting. I've always known about emotional intelligence. I just learned about emotional literacy. Now we have emotional innovation. What does that mean?
To me, as someone who's been a recipient of capital and a provider of capital and been around startups for, a few decades now, I hear a lot about innovation. Innovation, innovation, this is innovation. And a lot of the things I see, frankly, haven't really been so innovative. Or the founders are in love with what they think is an innovation. And I'm sort of like, well, if it's not culturally or economically or emotionally touching for someone, it's not really all that innovative to me. So I'm married to a PhD in clinical psychology, and which makes me, again, like another one of the luckiest people ever. I brought it in-house. It's full-time. I'm her entire practice. It's awesome for me. And being married to someone who's that aware of the power of emotion certainly has had an effect on me. And I think if something doesn't make you feel something, how important is it really? Like, you're going to be exposed to a million things every minute of every day, but you forget probably 99% of them because they don't really touch you. You know, like we've all heard things like, oh, no one remembers what they read, they remember what they feel. So how do you create things that are going to help people feel something? And by the way, even if it's like a scary thing, right? People like roller coasters. It's scary as shit. They like horror movies. It's scary. It's about feeling something. So how do you create things that are going to strike a chord, hopefully a resonant, very powerful, positive chord with people? And if you do that, I think you matter more to them because they will feel something. They will feel moved and be moved, and that's really important. And that's sort of the idea.
And it's interesting because when I look at coffee brands like Happy, people are always worried about the aftertaste. It's enjoyable or not, but it's what we leave with, the aftertaste. And in marketing, I've always looked at what's called the emotional aftertaste. And Michelangelo and so many others have talked about nobody really listens to what you say. It's what they hear. And what they truly hear is that emotional aftertaste that applies to products, services, solutions, investments.
Everything communicates. Everything. You may not even intend for it to communicate, but it does. So knowing that you have the ability to steward your actions, the copy on your product, the copy on your website, what you're wearing, what the shape of the badge is for Propelify, how big the space is for you to write your name. I got to get like this to see who you are. All that stuff, good or bad, was designed. All these chairs were designed. How you guys feeling? How are your bums? Feeling good? Yeah, right?
Happy buns.
Happy bums. Happy bums. So everything is designed, and you could design, hopefully, with an eye towards emotion. So you see things that are jarring or you see things that are pleasant. Why not make more things more pleasant or more interesting, right? Check vans are interesting.
They are. So the word happy, by the way, so many people, because it is part of my mission to empower over 1 billion people to be happy, I probably receive more hate about happiness than most human beings in the world. My favorite was, you stole gratitude from Gary Vee. You don't know shit about happiness. I'm like, well, I'm older than Gary, and my grandma taught me gratitude. So physically, that would be impossible. So I decided that I wanted to define happiness for me. And what I realized, that true happiness that was involved in making a lot of money, helping a lot of people, having a lot of fun, and empowering others to do so, involved enjoying the consistent, what I'm committed to do every day, persistent, where the pain is less than the purpose. My purpose has to be greater than the pain to be persistent in the pursuit of my own potential, what I want.
That's a lot of P's.
A lot of P's,
That's
a lot of alliteration. Did you give any thought to your definition of happiness?
1,000%. And a lot of entrepreneurs talk about purpose and passion,
Profitability,
product placement, productivity, all that stuff. A lot of P's. People.
Let's just get all the P's out there.
Yeah, they're.
Speaking of which, I got to leave the stage. I
know you have to.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So we were talking about happy. Oh yeah. So I think what was making us happy, I'll never forget, I was having this conversation with Downey, and he's like, happy, I get it as a word, as a potential brand, and we were having this talk, he's like, but not everybody's happy. And having a clinical psychologist bride, we were talking a lot about that, and Downey and I wanted to do something that was different, and not another P word, performative. People have a bullshit meter, and they can tell if you're going through the motions.
Listen to the debate tonight. If you want to have a bullshit meter and test it out.
See, but that's innovation right there.
Exactly.
But it's emotional innovation, because if it goes in the red, the bullshit meter is really, you're feeling something. So it's emotional innovation. My take after talking with Downey, talking with my bride about this was not everybody's happy. Yes, what could we do that wasn't, again, performative and bullshitty? Like, oh, it's Dry January. Oh, it's Earth Month. Oh, it's Pride Month. Like, every month now has a cause. And that might be convenient for folks, meaning brand people, marketing people, selling advertising, Hallmark especially. Yeah. Genius.
Very good. Valentine's Day.
Tapping into emotion, right? Guilt is actually the emotion they're tapping into.
Yeah, my mom used that to make me successful.
It works, yeah. To a degree. So not wanting to, again, go down the path of bullshit, my bride told me about this group called NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, which is the largest grassroots mental health organization in the country. And doing a lot of research about NAMI and using the worldwide interwebs and the Google and the LinkedIn, I was able to connect with some folks at NAMI. And it's, I think, testament to them that they were open-minded enough to actually take a call from me. And we had this great conversation. So NAMI, without going too deep, grassroots, started in the Midwest by a bunch of moms sitting around a kitchen table years ago. They developed 988, which is the 911 for mental health. If anyone has an iPhone, I won't summons her, but if I say, hey, SIRI, I feel depressed, NAMI is going to show up on your phone. NAMI's now baked into the health app on your iPhone. And the stats are staggering around mental health. 1 in 5 adults in this country have some form of mental illness. That's not described as like, oh, I think it's going to rain today, and I was going to have a picnic. I feel a little anxious or depressed about that. No, this is more elevated than that. Suicide's the number 2 killer of teens in America. After handguns, the suicide rate has gone up 30% in the past 20 years. I would argue that mental health is an airborne, like if it were an airborne contagion like COVID, the calamity would be far greater than COVID. So we wanted to do something that was different, and the more we spoke with NAMI, the number one thing they hear that they told us about was people say, if only I'd known about this sooner. So that struck a chord as an awareness issue. So we said, well, we're going to make products, and we're going to get them everywhere. What if we put NAMI and a QR code and a toll-free number on every product we make? They were like, that would be amazing. You'd help so many people. And as great as we think that is, because so many people are so in need, and there's help and hope. I can't stress that enough. Like, there is real help and hope, and it's available and it's free. We want to do something a little above and beyond, and we want to sort of reimagine, if we could, the relationship between entrepreneurship and philanthropy. So we literally gave NAMI a piece of the company. So NAMI is on our cap table. They are baked into everything we do. It's not, again, like flavor of the month. It's really true to what we're about. And you can't call yourself happy and feel good knowing that not everybody is happy and that you're not doing what you can. So sometimes doing what you can is something as easy as just calling someone and asking how you're doing. It's as easy as saying there's a toll-free number. It's a scan away with your phone. I mean, you can really make the bar very, very low. And if you can make it attractive around something as simple as buying an affordable cup of coffee, an amazing coffee, by the way, and I'm happy to talk to you all about how great the coffee is. But yeah, it's really a superior product. It's very well crafted, and that wasn't an accident. And we did it that way so more people could afford it. We wanted to make a better product for more people. So you'll be able to find this everywhere, Walmart and on and on and on. Target just keeps going.
A lot of people create resistance when they see the word because they're not happy, or they've given their power of happiness to other people because they're so concerned about, instead of I am happy, this is what I want people to think I am. And especially being a father of 4, you're a father of 2, I see that energy suck as a great danger, amplified by social media, because what we see, especially pertaining to happiness, isn't necessarily real. I'm one of the happiest and luckiest people that I know, and so are you. It's one of the first things you said to me. I'm the luckiest person that you'll meet right now or today. But I watch my own media and try to temper how happy I am, because I don't want people to resist the truth that the happiest people in the world get kicked in the face 8 times a day on average, and it's the happiest people that learn to react to fear instead of look for what other people want or what's missing or what they don't have.
A resounding yes. As an entrepreneur, because I have a feeling we're surrounded by a lot of entrepreneurs, we're faced with obstacles all the time, real or imaginary. And if I had $1 for every person that said, you're going to make hand soap? Nobody cares about hand soap. And that was this brand called Method that I had some history with. Oh, you're going to make chapstick? You can't make chapstick. There is chapstick. And I'm like, chapstick is a brand. And we started a company that's called EOS, and it's not chapstick, it's a lip balm. And we ended up outselling that stuff. You're not a dentist. You can't make oral care. Like, we started a company called Hello, and we did make oral care. And we started outselling major brands and major retailers. I mean, so I've been told no constantly, so which is a form of getting kicked in the face. No, and no, ellipsis, you really don't know what the fuck you're doing, which is the subtext. And as entrepreneurs, you know, you have to learn to take no with a grain. And I think resilience and happy really have an interesting relationship, because it's hard to really get to happy if you can't put up with a lot of difficult stuff. And I think, to your point, if you're aspiring all the time, you're always going to feel a want for more, and that will never get fulfilled. So I think part of the magic is waking up every day, as trite as it's going to sound, and just realizing, look at this place. Look what we're looking at. Like, what can't you do? What wouldn't anybody who's right now, you know, in the hospital, I'll just go with a broad, silly comment like that, what wouldn't they give to be right here? Oh, it's hot in here. Or, you know, I hope I meet someone who's going to invest in my company or whatever. All those pressures, that's nothing compared to what a lot of other people are facing. So I wake up every day and I'm just like, oh my God, life is great. What can't you do? People that say no, just, you have to kind of ignore that. And you find you're happy, you know? You're happy as in trying to move things forward, even if it's incremental.
And you can't give what you don't have. And both of us on that shared mission of empowering others to empower others to be happy, whether it's through a product representative or symbolic of happiness. But there's a relationship between happy and annoying. And I think it's really funny because when I made over $100 million, hardly anyone asked me for financial advice. It wasn't until I lost it all and told people that I went bankrupt and lost it all that people were interested in my advice.
You know, bad news sells, back then, newspapers, right?
Yeah, watch the debate tonight. It'll sell. But to that end, can you illuminate one of the struggles that is a defining moment of your happiness?
That's such a great question. A defining moment, I used to be, as I look at downtown Manhattan, I used to be a trader and a derivatives trader. Yeah. I was not happy.
The community of unhappiness.
Oh my word. Yeah. Sure. It was interesting. And some people said, well, you're in this environment where people can make a lot of money, so that should be great. It had nothing to do with money. And my bride one day said, what are you doing? You originally went to the school you went to for music. You love music and art and design. And what are you doing? And I said, well, we live in New York City, and we have a child, and we're going to have another child. And it was about sort of, you know, financial things. And the big turning point was, and this is going to sound trite, and I really hope it doesn't. I really, really, this is true stuff. But as soon as I stopped thinking about money as much as I was thinking about money, a lot changed for me. And in all I'm always honest, but in like the most transparent way I can in front of a bunch of people I don't know. Much more money came my way when I stopped thinking about money and I started thinking about what felt right to me, and what was going to make me happy was being involved with art and design and entrepreneurs, because I love passionate people that want to create things. And my entire life changed. Entire life changed. So, yeah, you got to focus on that love stuff. That corny, sappy shit is the real shit. Like, that's why I keep going back to emotion. It's everything. Design elicits emotion. That's why I love design so much. That's the pure stuff. It's art, and art separates us from wildlife and plants. So, more art. We'll be more happy.
More art, more emotional innovation. Everyone, I will be right over here next door doing a Q&A session for all of us to join. Please meet me over there. Hopefully Craig will come as well. Let's give Craig a huge round of applause. Everyone, be happy.
Yeah, be happy, be happy.
Thank you.